Yes, say. Bismillah.
If we're trying to do tafakkur every day, will it count if we keep a notebook or something and try to write down what we did that day, and every day we're keeping it like that? Does that count towards it, or?
Well, it counts towards something, but that's very American style, huh? You're keeping notebook. You're gonna keep. No, we're not going to keep. You see, Sheikh is trying to make our style to be as traditional as possible. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can do it if it's going to help you, but we try to do things the traditional way. Yeah. If we are not remembering what we did by just memory, then why we need to write? If we're writing, that means we're not remembering. We must try to remember. The whole point is zikr. Zikr is remembrance. Remembering Allah, remembering His Prophet, remembering our Shaykh, remembering the wrong things we've done, remembering what we've done, and to take account for that. Now, because that, although it's okay, is not really encouraged. Shaykh Effendi has never spoken about it. And in our way, if Shaykh Effendi has never spoken about it, there must be a reason, not one reason, hundreds of reasons. You sit down, you start thinking, you will find. But for people who are beginners or people who feel that it's helping them, it's okay. We're not going to make announcement everyone to do that, because what happens now, if that becomes the preferred method, if that method everybody wants to do, then pretty soon we're going to have worksheets. Okay? Pretty soon we're going to have boxes. Pretty soon we're going to have multiple choice answers. How do you feel? No, it's true. Don't laugh. It's already happening. It's happening in not say tariqat. It's happening in other groups that they're saying we're talking about spirituality. They have worksheets. Their sheikh prepares worksheets for them. Okay? With boxes. Huh? Mashallah. Mashallah. At least they're running to do something. But that's American style. So they say, okay, today, did you get angry? Now you're supposed to tick. You're supposed to tick. Okay? And 40 days, they say. You have 40 days, 40 worksheets. Okay? Did you get angry today? You're supposed to tick yes or no, maybe, how much, and you're supposed to leave your answer. Then what are you going to do after you collect all these worksheets? You're going to give it to your chef for him to sit down and mark and give you grade? So it helps a little bit for you by yourself to write something, to remember. So it's better just to remember. Because if you, usually, when we sit and we think what wrong thing we did, not really so much what right things we did, because right things, we already know what right things we did. And the feeling comes immediately that, okay, this is accepted, alhamdulillah. Wrong things is always going to be, no, maybe, yes, I don't know. Now, those are the things that we need to bring out and start sitting down for a while and thinking. I was there, astaghfirullah. At least to say astaghfirullah, okay? And to say, I'm so weak, next time, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, please help me. I keep on doing the same thing over and over again. Please help me. But Allah loves to forgive. Allah is the most forgiving. And Allah loves His servant always to beg and to plead, asking Him to forgive. And Shaykh Effendi has said, this is not to take people, not for people to take it the wrong way. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Allah will create ways for you to ask forgiveness from Him. I don't want you to take the wrong way to say, oh, I'm doing all this because Allah is making me to do this so that I can ask forgiveness. No, that is not the believers. I'm speaking too fast. Okay, this is not the way. Okay, we as believers, we have to understand if we do something that is wrong, to ask Allah, Ya Rabbi, please, for the sake of the Prophet, for the sake of my Shaykh, forgive me. I don't know why I do it. I always do it. I become a slave to my ego again. Astaghfirullah. I become tricked. I'm tricked by my ego and shaitan again. Not for us to get arrogant and stubborn and say, well, what can you do? So what? America, the teaching. So what? Whatever. Everything is whatever. They don't care. Of course, they can only say that because you're living in the world, in this country, where you have everything. Put you in another country where you don't have a roof over your head, where your honor is taken away from you every day, where you're going to see so much poverty and sickness and violence, which, by the way, it is happening in every country in this world. Even in this country, it's happening, but because they're putting a protective wall to make the citizens not see that and not to question themselves, if you see all this, then say whatever. Because living in this kind of conditions also makes the heart to become very hard. Yeah? And you start to not feel anything. You don't remember your Lord. You don't remember His creation. So, when we make the tafakkur, we make the meditation, and this is the Islamic meditation. Meditation in Islam is not to sit like a Buddha, okay? And to close your eyes and just enter into illusion and delusion world. This is the first step of tafakkur. This is, yes, they mention so much, talking principles of Naqshbandi order, this and that. Please, we're so far from that. We don't even know, we can't even remember, be honest, what we ate for breakfast, or dinner last night, or yesterday's breakfast. So how are you going to have awareness of breathing? Hosh dardam? How are you going to have that? Really? You know? You know? And when you're breathing, what are you breathing? Who are you breathing for? Step by step, we start with this, because everything else, don't worry. You have a share. You are bashing your ego every day. You're not waiting for people to remind you. You are reminding yourself. Then that saint, that share, with that power, he's going to make you to go through all those principles without you knowing it. That is not the time to concentrate. This is not the time to concentrate on that. There are so many other things for these times that we should be concentrating on. So, yeah, you may write something, but better, if you can, not to do it. Try not to do worksheets. Okay, no boxes, no triplicate, duplicate. We're going to enter into the night of Berat. Yes, there is a night of Berat in the Shaban, the mid of Shaban, where you're going to get your Berat, your release papers. Huh? You're going to have a night of accounting. We are reminding ourselves, I'm first reminding myself and to others, that don't wait for the night of Berat, for the Berat to be given to you. Don't wait for the night of accounting, for the accounting to be given to us. Our way to have accounting, where we do on ourselves as much as we can. If we can do it every day, that's very good. Do it once a week, that's good. Every day is better. Even if it's sitting 5 minutes a day to do that. Then that time when the day of Barat comes, they're going to say, okay, let's collect. They're going to see, oh, the scale where all the wrong things that we have done is empty. Because we have already looked at those wrong things we have done, and we asked for forgiveness, and we've run to do something good for it to be gone, to disappear. So that is important, inshallah rahman. Assalamu alaikum.